good backlink? Well, high page rank at the homepage level is pretty critical in my view. And given the fact that most of the backlinks that we typically can build with relative ease and speed are inner page backlinks, it's quite important that the page rank at the homepage level is already quite high. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say we're going out and building a bunch of inner page forum profile backlinks. Now, obviously there are a few question marks over the relative effectiveness now of forum profile backlinks, but for the sake of argument, let's assume that we're using those. It's crucial in my view that the homepage page rank is at least a 4, 5, or 6 or 7, somewhere above a page rank 4, in order that the trickle-down effect of some page rank from the top-level domain isn't too diluted. So for those inner page backlinks, just make sure that the homepage page rank isn't something like a 2 or possibly a 3. Try to get it as high as possible so that the trickle-down effect is greater. The next thing to be mindful of about a good backlink is that the correct anchor text or anchor texts are being used, and this comes back to keyword research. Have you done your thorough keyword research? Have you made sure that the SEO competition is not too great for the search term that you're going for? Matt and I do cover keyword research in a great deal of detail in SEO Experts Academy, but generally speaking, we're always looking for that balance between weak competition and good level of traffic, and it's important to watch those videos if you're struggling with keyword research at the moment. Now, generally speaking, I prefer to just target a single page with a single anchor text term, but quite often we may want to have a homepage rank for several different keywords. So in that case, it's important just to follow the steps and techniques that we outline later in this course. But generally speaking, for simplicity, if you're driving traffic to a single page, it's a nice, clean, easy way to go to just have a single search term going for that individual page. The next important point about a good backlink is that it's a stable link and it won't get removed 10 minutes after it's been built. This is why I recommend double pass backlinking when it comes to things like forum profiles, whereby you build a profile without any backlinks and legitimate looking details on a profile and come back, say, a week later when moderators and other members have had a bit of a look around and have seen there are no what they would regard as spammy links, and the forum profile remains intact and doesn't get deleted. So stability in your links is very, very important, and to that end, it's absolutely crucial in my view that you build a growing power list of sites where you know you're going to get a stable link, or you've got a very good chance of getting a stable link through your past links not being removed. It's also important that the page where your backlink has been created has actually been indexed by Google. If you're not familiar with that term of being indexed by Google, it's important to watch that video straight after this one. But basically, we want the page where our backlink lives to be regarded as worthy enough, through backlinks to it, of being added to Google's index. This will give it considerably more weight and power in your SEO campaign. In terms of tools that can be used and software services that we recommend, just visit the Tools and Downloads section of SEO Experts Academy for further advice there. Another aspect of a good backlink, in my view, is that it shouldn't be a site-wide or footer link, but in fact it should be contextual. And let's go and visit idealweightforwomen.net to show you exactly what I mean. So here we are, we're on idealweightforwomen.net, one of my high-ranking sites. And we can see over on the left here, I've got some automatic backlink partners. And that's kind of a blog roll link, and it's site-wide, like my related links here. And in my view, those are just about among the weakest kinds of backlinks that you can get, and Google has heavily discounted those in my view. On the other hand, if we look here, we can see a contextual link for Ideal Weight for Men here. And by contextual, I mean it's actually sitting within the text of the main article or content on the site page. That's the best kind of link, especially on a high PageRank homepage. And the least effective are these ones over here on the left, or footer links, which are highly undervalued or devalued by Google in my view. Any footer links that happen to sit down the bottom down here, such as sponsored by and so on, those tend to be much less effective. The next important thing with a good backlink is kind of the patience and consistency of the individual running that backlinking campaign. And what I mean by that is that backlinks that are good backlinks will be created through an ongoing process of link building. So it's easy to get discouraged if we don't see rankings movement, and it's easy to get complacent when we have a very high ranking and we want to move on to other projects. But having that consistency is very important, and that's part of a good backlinking campaign, perhaps more than an individually good backlink, but it's still a crucial part of the process. Now, another aspect of a good backlink is that your link should not be on a web page with questionable outbound links such as porn, Viagra, malware, or other kinds of dubious content. You don't want to have those neighbors kind of polluting the quality of your backlinks, so just be careful about where your backlinks are built. Now, this is another controversial area of SEO, but in all of my testing I have found that relevant text on the page doesn't matter for the backlink itself. So for example, if I were to place a link to a flat screen TV site on my Ideal Weight for Women page within the content, I would still get a lot of benefit from the page rank of that site. And in my view, relevancy in the site content where you get your backlinks is highly overrated. And I know that all of my highest ranking sites have zero relevant backlinks, so it's one to be cautious of, and I'm not necessarily disputing the findings of other SEO guys, but in my own testing and experience, that relevancy of the site just does not seem to be a factor. However, PageRank does, and if you can get a high level of PageRank on the page regardless of the content, that will be a benefit. It would also be great if the site was quite active, for example, on a social community such as a forum. And if you imagine a place like Warrior Forum, for example, that's very active. It's getting crawled a lot by Google, and it's getting pages constantly indexed, different threads and pages and profiles indexed. So if your site where the backlinks are is getting a lot of activity and getting crawled by Google, that's obviously a good thing. You'll get your link picked up and rewarded much more quickly. Now, I don't have any conclusive testing results for this, and perhaps we'll be running a live experiment in SEO Experts Academy on this, but I also think it can be quite valuable in terms of keeping up appearances of having a few outbound authority links on the page where your links live. So, for example, I might throw in a couple of links, extra links to university sites, but usually I'll try to link to deep inner pages on those sites and make it look kind of more legitimate. So if you follow those principles and watch the later videos that Matt and I have in SEO Experts Academy on types of effective backlinks, you're well on your way to putting together a very effective SEO campaign.